This is a segment of the Wise Coffee Chat show called
Lipstick and Lattes.
Lipstick and Lattes. And we are right now, where we at, Nissa?
We are at Nellie's on Division on Paseo Boricua.
We're doing brunch and deliciousness right here. I got the jibarito. Oh my God, my mouth is watering. The breakfast jibarito with the Avena De Coco. And what do you got again?
And I got a jibarito bowl with chicken.
With chicken. Ooh, okay, so the reason why we started this is because I was missing going to places, because before I would always go to restaurants and visit businesses for the show, but I don't want to stop the way I'm doing it now. So I said, let's do a new segment. And Nissa here has been my go-to and my ride or die, and she's been helping me out with so much stuff for Wise Coffee Chat and for my book launch. So I invited her, and she got a vibe.
Thank you.
She got a fun vibe, and I was like, I need that young vibe around me. You know, I need this energy with me. So I said, let's do a show and see how it plays out.
And thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being part of this and taking it on. So let's say, should we pray?
Yeah, we should pray. We should pray.
All right, let's pray. In Jesus' name, amen.
In Jesus' name.
All right. So we're just this is just a show where we get to explore restaurants. Because of your girl, we're here.
Yes, on the second floor.
We got the VIP treatment.
Shout out to Nellie.
Nellie for hooking it up. And I just really wanted the show to just chill and eat and talk.
Yeah.
Talk some smack. I miss it. You know, el bochinche, like you Puerto Rican.
Yeah, we do a lot of that, cheese man.
So yeah, let's eat and let's talk about Humboldt Park, because I know this is your neck of the woods.
Yes. A little bit, yeah. I grew up around here. My family grew up from the neighborhood. My grandma used to have a house on Rockwell and Potomac, and then my family still stayed within the area. We were talking about the way here, being at the park growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom, we used to be on the ghetto side, like on the Augusta side, swimming in the pool, playing at the park, a little playground off of on the corner over there. So, but yes.
So I worked in Humboldt Park when I was a teenager, and I was a lifeguard. That was probably my first. Was it my first job? No, it wasn't my first job. My first job was at a church rectory.
Okay.
But then I remember I was 16, and I was like, I want to be a lifeguard, because at that time in the early 2000s, lifeguards were making like $13, $14 an hour. That was bank. Like,
yeah, back then,
no one was making that amount of money. You know?
No.
I was like, oh, I want to be a lifeguard. So my friend, I remember when we finished, it's like kind of military-ish, right? You finish your lifeguard school and you do all this little military-looking stuff. Probably like a little bit of hazing involved in that. Early 2000s. I don't know what they do anymore. I can't talk about what they do anymore.
Putting them on blast.
You know, but I remember working, you know, my you know, you get your certificate and then it's a date of like where you would go work or when you can start going, and of course the ones that got the earlier dates after that graduation ceremony got to pick like the best beaches. So you got Leon Beach, Oak Beach, all the beaches in Chicago. So if you were the stronger swimmers, of course you always got those beaches, right?
So what swimmer were you, girl? Because they put you at Mahoney Beach.
So I was decent. So I didn't become a swimmer till after I became a lifeguard, right? Like I just tried really hard to pass that test.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't grow up. I grew up swimming, but I grew up swimming at the lake like a little Mexican kid. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
the best swimming though, because those waves and everything.
You know, so that was the kind of swimming that I was doing. And then I remember like trying to be a lifeguard. So I remember training and practicing all the time just so I could pass that test because I had to do 8 laps under 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So I was like,
oh my God, wait, 3 laps?
8.
8 laps under 3 minutes
and 30 seconds. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I got to pass this. So I think when I passed it, I made it at 3 minutes and 15, like right under it. And I didn't get the sticker right away. I was like, damn, I didn't get none of the good beaches, right? Yeah, which makes sense. So I was like, all right. So then my friend at the time, he got Humboldt Park.
Okay.
And then we were talking maybe a week later, and he was like, they're still looking for people. They don't have enough guards. I was like, well, put me on.
Yeah.
And he did. He told, and he was like, get my cousin in. We weren't cousins. He was like, get my cousin in, you know. And he's half Puerto Rican, half Guatemalan. So he's like, get my cousin in, blah, blah, blah. And they got me in. I was, I guess, networking at 16, got myself in there. You got to know somebody, right?
Yeah.
But that, man, working for Humboldt Park, man, working at Mahoney Beach.
So did you ever have to like save anybody?
No, not the water came up to here.
You never know. You never know.
Not there. I think when I worked there, I was dealing more with I don't want to say bad, but troubled youth.
Yeah.
I remember it was fun though. It was like a 16 bunch of teenagers. Majority of them went to Clemente High School.
Where'd you go?
I went to Roosevelt High School.
Oh, okay, up north.
Up north, but everyone was from Clemente. Majority were guys. So it was just like every day we were like messing around, playing, or like lifeguarding was fun. But here, there were so many stories of like, I don't even know if I could say some of these things, right? Like the homeless people. There was a lot of homeless people
taking a shower.
They wouldn't let them take showers in there, but they would sleep under the bridge, or where we would hang out, where the boats were at. So they knew they weren't allowed to like come in until all the lifeguards were gone. But one year they came in, and one day it was like a stormy day. They started coming in early at night, and all I remember was like they started lining up, and they would just grab their blanket, like a white sheet, and just cover themselves. Rows of them covered in white sheets,
like dead people.
Yeah, it was so scary. I was 16.
Wow.
And I was like, what is happening right now? Like they would just, and I was just like, oh my God, like I was freaking out. Like I remember always cleaning up. We would clean up, not me personally, the guys did, the human shit, the human poop.
Oh my goodness. Are we eating?
I remember like always had to like wear shoes because of syringes.
Yeah, that was always been a problem.
Yeah, you couldn't just walk around on that beach without shoes because you could step on a syringe, I just remember like things like that. That was the type of stuff. And the turtles.
The turtles.
So I know there was turtles over there.
That's how I was always afraid of that beach, because of the turtles, and my mom would tell me stories about dead bodies in the beach and everything. But then you were telling me how they had separated the lagoon from the beach. So I'm assuming all the dead bodies were floating when it was the lagoon connected.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I was maybe like 14, 13, and we would come and do the Humboldt Park cleanup.
Mm.
And yeah, it was scary. It's like, how you have us kids out here cleaning and there's all these needles.
It was scary.
Yeah, it was scary.
We had to break the needle off. I don't know why.
Yeah, and you got us touching it. Like, yeah, I remember that too, because they had us do the same thing.
You had to wear gloves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever had to like save anyone at Humboldt Park. And no, not even a kid. I don't even remember any kids drowning. I had to do it at other pools that I worked at, but not there. So, yeah, I was lucky.
What would you say was the most like traumatizing incident that happened to you when you were a lifeguard?
I was a pregnant lifeguard because I was already 20 and I was in college. And I won't forget, like, a kid was actually drowning. And this was at Portage Park, and they have the Olympic-sized pool.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was I on duty? I was on duty, but they tried giving me places where I didn't have to like do anything crazy because they were mindful that I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like this kid was drowning, and I remember like, oh my God, like I didn't know like you have to react. So I remember just like throwing my shoes off, and I was like, I just ran and jumped in
the
there.
water?
Yeah, the way that you're trained to jump, right? But what I was worried was my belly was big. I was 8 months pregnant. So
your baby could flip inside
yeah.
too.
So my belly like smacked. I remember jumping in my belly. No, I didn't belly flop, but you know, my belly hit the water a little hard. So I think that was maybe the scariest thing where I was like, oh my God, I got to go to the doctor. Like, I need to make sure that I'm good because of the way I ran. Like, I mean, I was still very athletic and I still would run and I would still do things as a pregnant mom, even to my last kid. But I was just still like the way I jumped in there and ran, I was like, oh, that could have been like dangerous, right? But I had to do it because it was a little baby. I think he was like a 5 or 6 year old, 5 or 6, and he was drowning. Because a lot of times little kids would run and just jump in, not knowing how deep that water
yeah, that
is.
Olympic pool is crazy.
Yeah.
So speaking of Portage Park, there was like a few people that passed away in that park jumping off the diving boards. Yeah.
When was this?
Like I remember it had to be at least in the early 2000s because then they had cut down the board for a while. Like nobody could use the board.
Well, I worked there. I worked at Portage from what years did I work there? Maybe 06, 07, 08, 09. I don't remember anyone dying.
Yeah, I think it was like 05 or before.
It's possible that someone hurt their neck. So you know they have the Olympic size diving ones.
Yeah,
right?
The really high one.
We would still jump off of those as lifeguards. We didn't give a damn. And I remember girls with suntan up there. Girls would like take off their clothes and tan up there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a whole like no one's gonna see us. We're up high, and they would just take off their whatever so that they could do a full body tan. So I remember like we would just still jump off that thing. Like again, we're 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old kids, just whatever. And would I do it now? It doesn't look that tall, but when you're up there, you're like, damn.
It looks tall to me.
Yeah, and I remember like I jumped off that sucker maybe about 3-4 times, and I just remember like I'm doing it. Don't even think, just jump. Like don't think, just jump. And literally, and when you jump off high altitudes like that, you can't have things like you can't open up your arms, you can't open up your legs, right? You have to like be tight,
and go down like
so that you can just like slide in the water. Because if you're open, you're gonna like
belly flap. That's gonna hurt.
Oh no, you don't want a belly flap from that altitude. You'll definitely hurt something inside of you. Shout out to Nellie's, man. This food is fire.
It is banging. Like I was a little like hesitant because it's got arroz con gandules on the bottom. Then there's like some salad, but it all goes together so good. And I love vegetables, so
that looks fire.
It really is, and it feels healthy. It doesn't feel like it's, when you eat and then you're like,
I regret that. Yeah, I regret sometimes when I'm like, why I put that in my body for?
Like that White Castles yesterday, girl. I love White Castles though. They're so good. And I heard that they're like the most healthiest burger.
For real?
Yeah.
Stop it.
I'm for real.
Oh, you're gonna make me want to buy more. Like, oh, Nissa said White Castle's healthy.
Disclaimer, do your own research.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not, that's a good disclaimer, but
I'm not a dietitian.
Hey, maybe. I mean, what is it? It's just like a little light bread.
It's thinner, patty is smaller.
Cheese.
And there's something about the meat, it's lean.
Man, and there's a little bit of onion on it.
And out of all the burgers that you could eat, that's like a real burger because it doesn't like when those people buy those burgers and leave them out for like a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that actually molds and it's natural. Like it does what food's supposed to do, not like McDonald's burger. So I wanted to kind of pick your brain a little bit about the event we just left. So you want to tell your people where we were?
It was a Chicago Latina Magazine Expo. I was invited by the founder, Linda, who I've interviewed multiple times on the coffee chat. and we wanted to support her and be there and represent so that her people can get exposure, incentives for their vendors and the sponsors. And that's why we were there representing. And I loved the event. A lot of vendors. I was so surprised at how many vendors were there. The space was nice. That building is fire.
Shout out to Humboldt Park Health Wellness Center.
That's a new building, isn't it?
Very nice building. Very nice inside. I got a little guest pass so I can go check out the gym. They had a whole, like, it must have been a 1 or 2 mile track around the gym.
That was nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And then just the conference space. I think they have a pool there too. It says aquatic center.
Oh,
so
that is nice. I haven't got into a pool. I try not to go into pools.
Me too.
I'm just traumatized. I just don't want to smell chlorine.
She said she's traumatized from being a lifeguard.
I mean, so many years being a lifeguard, right? From like 16 till about, I left when I was 22. Like every day, chlorine, every day, water, every day.
No, I couldn't do it. Even in the summer when my daughter wants to go to the pool. No, I didn't get one. They didn't give me one.
Here, I'll give you one.
Oh, thank you. So my daughter likes to go to the pool a lot in the summer, but I don't know. It's something about like getting in the chlorine. It feels weird. My skin starts to feel weird. My hair, and I just I rather not. And I'm kind of traumatized from pools. Back in the day, they used to always make me wear a swim cap. Like that, my big old egghead. I was like,
yeah, those swim caps be hurting.
Pull your hair out.
They pull your hair. Oh my God.
Like, what do they even protect? Because my hair was still wet after.
It's not to protect your hair. It's so that your hair don't go in the water.
Oh.
Well, or if you're a swimmer, competitive swimmer, it helps you with drag, right? So like competitive swimmers, that's why they wear they wear the Speedos and they wear the little swimsuits, very tight swimsuits. They wear that. There's people like shave every hair on their body because they believe it takes like a quarter of a second off their time, right? Because competitive swimming is not like when you see those swimmers and they're like swimming, they're not competing against their opponent, they're competing against their time.
Oh.
So the fastest swimmers are always actually in the center, right? Like the center swimmers are always the fastest.
I didn't know that.
They do this strategically. So center swimmers are always the fastest. The ones on the edges are usually the slowest, right? If one on the edge beats the center one, you'd be like, where did that come from? Because that was not, because they're going based off time. So they already know your time. That's why they put you in those lanes.
I didn't know none of this.
Yeah. So then that's why like some of those competitive swimmers are like super serious about like shaving and I gotta be bald and like like the more like intense they're in it, I didn't really like when I would swim. I rather run. I was a soccer player too, so I would rather be a runner than a swimmer. Because swimmer bodies, like they were built different. Like they had really big upper bodies because of the flies.
Michael Phelps.
Yeah, they're like, whoo, and they're working all of this, and that would make the girls bigger on the top. I hit my mic. But yeah, no, I like the running, like sprinting when I would do soccer instead.
Honestly, I never really was interested in running until hearing you and your like guests talk about it, and I just look at it a little different now. So it's something I'm like, and obviously as a non-runner, it's like you have to kind of build up that ability.
Fire though. Wait, time out. This Avena is so effing good.
Is that good?
It's that good. You want to try them?
I got a little spoon.
Well, I know that they're known for their Avena. I've had events here before, so I had 2 networking events about 3 years ago here, and we know the owner. Shout out to Pablo. Shout out to Kim Montesinos who hooked me up with Pablo here. And when we did our events here, I just remember like that everyone wanted the Avena. The Avena was the thing to get.
Yeah, it tastes like how Grandma made it, or like if you had I'm Puerto Rican, so you know what I mean? But that little coconut taste in there is different. I like it.
It's good. So I think this is what they're really known for here.
Very good. Did you want to try the salad?
Yeah, I'll take some lechon.
Yeah, it's chicken.
Oh, it's chicken. Oh, I thought it was a drumstick.
So did I. So one of the questions I had about this expo is like, what did you take away from it? Like, what, I like to try to go places every day and learn something new or get something out of it. What did you get out of today?
What did I get out of today? It was nice to see all the ladies be super excited to support one another.
Yeah, that's kind of rare to see these days.
I think it's really hard to find women that truly support other women.
That part.
That's rare, right? I think women can be very catty. Women can, men too, men too, but women especially can be very competitive. And I've learned, especially from being in real estate, why that is. I don't even want to say why. I know why, but it just sounds so wrong. I feel like sometimes in some industries, when women want to be the best, it's because they need that validation, right? I want to beat her and look better and have the best heels and have the best dress and have the best hair and have the best husband or man.
And if they see you do something, they're like, oh, I could do it better. Like, instead of, maybe it's something they've never even done, but they're like, oh, I could do that and I can do it better. And there was something that the founder has said. Elizabeth, what's her name? The lady that ran the whole show?
No, Lisa. No, Lisa.
Linda.
Linda.
What? Okay. So Linda, the creator of the Women Chicago Latina magazine and the host of the expo, has said that she interviewed the head of People's
Gas, the CEO.
In North Shore Gas. She ran both companies. The CEO, she's a Latina woman, a Mexican woman. And she has said, asking her, how does she carry herself in a room full of particularly white, but men? And right away I looked at you and I was like, you know what? I want to ask Jen that question, because being around investors and being in the field that you're in and in media.
Yeah. How do you handle men?
How do you handle yourself in those situations that men try to make you feel smaller or...
Yeah.
They
exist.
They do.
It was funny because I recently made a post that said about mansplaining. I was like, was I a victim of mansplaining? So I mean, for me, when I worked in the nonprofit world before I got into media, I worked with mainly women. So when I started getting into media, and then really as an entrepreneur, I was very selective on who I support, who I was working with. So I always tried keeping myself around women. Because I was always such a women empowerment person. But when I got into real estate, I was like, oh, working with men is a whole nother dynamic that I wasn't really used to. And I learned that, one, I do enjoy working with men a lot, because men typically, and I've had a lot of conversations with male colleagues, they prefer working with women. Because when men work with men, it's like a
testosterone
thumping chest fight, similar to women, but with each other they're a lot more competitive, right? Okay. So I've had some of my friends, male colleagues, be like, sometimes I just want to work with women because I don't have to be like that.
You could be a little softer.
Be just work like I'm not trying to outdo you, or and I guess it also depends on the woman's approach, because we are I think women don't have to be like, at least that's my perspective. When I work with men, I know I can't be the aggressive type. I have to be very mindful that, because if I do get too aggressive, then it's like I'm a bitch. But I've had such good male colleagues and partners, and I always lead with respect. I say, hey, I'm respectful. Yes, I'm playful. I love to be playful too in the work environment. I don't like to be always so serious, right? And I think men really enjoy that, bantering.
Refreshing.
Yeah, I will banter all day. If you let me and we're coworkers, we will banter. And I think men like that. But it's always in a very playful way. It's not in a, I'm never aggressive or trying to show out. And I think men will do more for you when you do stuff like that. Men will move things for you and open doors for you when you carry yourself, and always carry yourself very like, I don't have to like show everything. I don't have to be, revealing. I don't have to like, to the success I've achieved is because I've always led with being lead with respect, and I think men feel that. Men know like, nah, she ain't someone that I'm gonna play with, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm about business and I talk about business. That's all really I'm about. And people will be like, why are you always talking about business? Because that's who I am.
Sure, yeah, that's what you know.
That's what I do.
People should talk about what they know.
And I've always been the type of woman that if you have a track record and you're a successful man in the industry or in whatever industry you're in, I don't mind learning from you because it's only gonna make me better. What do men usually want? Someone to listen to them, right? Men usually want, what are they good at? They're good at leadership, right? And you can't lead a man the way men will lead men. It has to be different, more in a nurturing, more in a like, you were created differently than a man, so you're not going to do it the way a man's going to do it. You're going to do it in your way. So I've been able to get men to move and do things because of my kindness. Doesn't mean that I get walked all over on, but I'm kind, I'm respectful, I'm nurturing, I listen, I validate. And I think I've been able to navigate those waters better because in real estate, men have been able to do things for me. I work with contractors. I work with a lot of men in that industry. That's all I work with.
Yeah.
Most people in real estate are men. And then in media,
oh yeah,
that's a whole nother monster I'm navigating right now, right?
Honestly,
some of the men are not as conservative in media than in real estate. They're a little more conservative. So even navigating that. But I think as long as you always carry yourself with integrity, say what you mean what you say, don't outdo them. Don't. It's not a battle like I have to be better than you. Like that's not that serious for me.
No.
And I've been able to work those rooms really well and have the respect. My name is really important for me. Like my name is like, I will die with a good name before anything else. So I need people to know me as Jennifer is a boss. Jennifer is this. And the only thing I don't like is when men be like, you're a beast. I'm like, ah. Like I don't hear that stuff.
Don't call me that.
That's not flattering.
Call me a boss.
I don't want you're a beast. Like no, but I understand it's a respect thing. So I think they respect me at their level. I would hope they respect me at their level. But that's my 2 cents.
And what would you say to like those women that feel like they're too nice to men and they kind of get walked all over?
Yeah.
And they don't know how to make those boundaries in the workplace.
Yeah, so it's happened. Sometimes your kindness is taken as weakness, and I say sometimes you can still be kind and still set a boundary. You can still set a boundary with a smile on your face. You don't have to be, again, you don't have to be in an aggressive. I think men will respect you with the way that you move. But it happens, sometimes men try me, and they have.
They F around and find out.
They try me, and then Jenny from the block comes out. Like I've had contractors try to play me on pricing, and I'd be like, no.
Next question, right?
Yeah.
So because you're a woman, do you have that a lot where they try to like?
Oh, there's been times they try me, but I've been so protected. God's been so good with me, and be like, really? All right, well, let me find out. This person's gonna call you right now, or I'll be like, or people will always vouch for me. So I've had contractors come and be like, oh yeah, this is over. You're gonna pay so much money for this rehab. I'm like, bro, stop it. Don't play with me. Like then I have to really like. Then a different tone comes out. My soft, pretty Jennifer. It's like, oh no. It's like, now what? All right, then like I have to change the tone, and they hear it when your tone changes. They know. They'll be like, oh my God, her tone just changed. Why is her tone different? You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I know, because I know this is 30K. I know a bathroom is 10K. I know that, and you know, at least I know the basis. Like, so you can't get me. And then I've been connected with such, I want to say powerful, right? Or I have like good, respected people on my corners that they know not to play with me, you know? So it's like when you build good relationships with people and people know who you surround yourself with, they don't want to burn bridges because they know who you are. So like in real estate, I'm very well known in the real estate investment side because of who I align myself with. But it's because I've earned that place. I've worked hard. It's been my integrity, right? In business, a lot of business people know me because of my integrity and what I've done. And sometimes people see you and like you even tell me, I won't see myself in that light. Like I'm just trying to help people and serve people and be a good human, decent being. And people will see you as this like amazing, and like I'm humble.
Like a pillar. You're a pillar in the community. You really are.
Yeah, and I'm just humble. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. You know, like, yeah, I did that. That's awesome.
Yeah, we've had conversations where she was like, yeah, I have a radio show.
Yeah, people have told me that.
Like, girl, what you mean just a radio show?
Yeah, someone literally said that. And they're like, oh, tell me about your show. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's this, you know, I'm doing this thing. And he's like, oh, it's just a thing. I'm like, yeah. You know, but it keeps me humble. I never want to be big-headed, you know. I never want to be in that. And also, I'm very aligned with my purpose. So if I know that I do everything for God, and I've always said this, then I know that I won't ever be the person that, yeah, I did it. No, I didn't do it. God did it. God opened that door. God put the right people in my life. God's been the one that has, he's the one that does it all. I don't do anything. You know,
just receive.
I just receive. I'm
you're obedient.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're obedient, and that's why a lot of times you receive. You're listening to the purpose of the message, and you're not getting like blinded by you know, like other things or fancy flashy things.
Oh, fancy flashy things, no. Like, look, I've been around it. I've seen it. I've seen thousands of dollars, right? Hundreds and thousands of dollars. That does not impress me at all. Like, because of the environment I'm in and the type of people I surround myself in, like Lamborghinis and Rolls Royces, and they're cool. Yeah. They're nice. Don't get me wrong. Those are like trophies, right? Like things that, especially men, like men want those things. Like that to them, it means that they've received, they
made it.
They've made it with this level of success. Like this type of wife or this type of woman along my side solidifies my success, validates my success. This car validates my success. Like I can show other men that I've achieved this level.
Made it, and they see it.
Yeah, and everyone can see it. For me, it's like, that's cool, but you could be still a terrible human being.
Yeah, that's true.
Money doesn't make you better. It only amplifies who you already are.
That part was very important that you said that.
You know, because I think I would be the person that, well, it's not that. I think I am the person that would probably like help more people when I do that. Like I do it with a service. Like I just want to help people with my success. So I think when you're aligned and you're seeking and you're trying to do a mission and it's purpose behind everything you do, that's why the opportunities, and people will protect you. People will look out for you because they know that your intentions are not malicious. And again, flashiness and I achieved this and I achieved that. That doesn't impress me. Like that's cute.
It's but you should know you have like bragging rights.
I guess, yeah.
You know, and it's like once in a while. It's not like you know, and especially like because of who you are and the type of person you already are. If you did brag, nobody's gonna look at you like, oh my God, she's bragging.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to like give myself kudos here and there.
You should.
I do. I mean, but I like that my track record speaks for itself.
Amen.
And I say the proof is in the pudding. Look at the women I've coached. Look at the businesses I've supported. Look at the things I've done. Judge me by that. You know, and I used to say that all the time when I would work with women. Sometimes when I would be like, hey, you want me to coach you? Want me to work with you? And I'd be like, you know what? Just look at the testimonies of people who've worked with me. I've worked with amazing leaders that are doing things out there, and I don't put them out there that I work with them, but I worked with them first before they became who they are. And people don't realize it, but I'm not that person to be like, yeah, guys, like I've never been like that.
That's a good thing though, to be humble and to help others, and that's what you're doing. So that's why God put you in this path. And I'm seeing it like firsthand, especially in all the events I'm able to tag along with. Is like how many people look at Jennifer and they're like eyes light up, like,
Oh,
yeah, like people really look at you. They look up to you. I look up to you, and I feel like you're a
I
mentor in
really
my life.
appreciate
And it's just
when people tell me
it's
things like
it's
this, because
amazing
then it
doing
just
like
reminds me of
the
why I do
work
what I
God
do.
put you here to do.
Exactly.
Because
It's
a lot
not,
of us are
to
not
me,
living
it's
in
like
our purpose.
does it feed my ego? Maybe a little bit, but
That's a good thing though.
but I think it really just reminds me of my calling. And also what it really reminds me is God has placed great people in your life, like at the end of the day, whatever you're going through in life, these are like little reminders of like God's love for you. That's kind of how I see it. Like I'll have a really rough day and I'm like driving or I'm going through something or I'm emotional or something, and then someone will text me something so nice. And it's like, oh,
Thank you, God.
thank you, Jesus. Like God reminds you, like, look at all these great people that are in your life, that you've helped, So that's kind of where that's why like things like this, feed my spirit, honestly.
That's good. And to touch on something we talked about earlier, like I had said that when I first met Jennifer, she was a little intimidating. Like I didn't know, we were in an all male school.
Yeah.
She was the first woman instructor, first woman besides Ruth that was really like, there for us. And I felt like I was in a dark place in my life at that time anyways, and I didn't know her. So I was like, oh, who's this girl? Like, she's just doing social media. I could do that, But I feel like God really put you in that school in my life for a reason. Some of my like testimony of just being at Illinois Media School was I started getting back in touch with Jesus. I got baptized. It was all around my birthday. So April 14th, I got baptized.
Praise God.
April 15th was my birthday. And then April 16th, I came down to the school for a tour and signed up. And during that time, when I had signed up, there was a gentleman named Tyler, not Tyler Buterbaugh, but he was there also. There was a Tyler that was a financial aid, and he was also in his walk with Christ. And Tyler, Ruth, there was many other instructors and mentors there that were also very, what's the word? Like they were very open about
their faith.
And mind you, before I had started my walk with Christ, I was around a lot of people that were almost embarrassed of their faith, or not embarrassed, but were not so open. That were just as lost as I was and still trying to learn how to do that walk and leave the things behind.
It's hard.
It is. And that's why I always tell people, I just came as I was, because that's the thing. You come as you are, and he does the work on you, and those things you think that you can't stop, he helps you to stop.
That is literally how God wants us. Just come as you are. I had such a bad habit of always going like in PJs to church. Everybody wants to dress up to church and look all cute, and I'm like, bro, this is my time to like chill. This is my time to just throw my hair in a bun and not look like anything, just because I'm always dressed up. I wanted to not dress up, except the church that I'm going to now, they're all very dressy. So it's like, oh, it's kind of hard, and it's like, oh my God, there's so much pressure here. But I love that you said just come as you are. And sometimes that's how we have to be,
And if I would have never like did that walk and wanted not just the walk, like do the work on myself, be a better person. I'm not perfect. I still have a lot of flaws, like, and I think growing up in Chicago, a lot of us deal with this competitiveness, this, we think everybody's out to get us, these real life trust issues.
It's survival.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
And it is. It's intense. And I feel like like going to this school, being around people that are also walking in their faith, but going after their careers and trying to be better people, like it all just came full circle for me.
And it's just starting for you.
And it just started.
It's just starting for you, you know, because you're right. You grow up, depending on how you grow up, right? You have to learn how to survive, depending on the environment. And then depending on the type of relationship that you get into, then you have to learn how to survive that relationship. And then you have to like relearn almost how to deprogram yourself.
That's where I'm at now. Unlearning
bad things. And you are put in situations that you have to. Here's a perfect example. It's just such a minor example, but it's still a great example. So, you know, I went to Roosevelt High School, right? I'm sure, like you, when you went to high school, like one of the biggest things I would do is you'd mean mug. Be honest, we're not that far in age, so you'd walk around like you didn't stink. And I remember purposely, like I would purposely have a face to let people know, don't F with me. Same. You know, so I was already like this, you know.
Yeah, have to work that little wrinkle out.
Yeah, I was already like, you know, but it was protection, you know, survival,
self-defense mechanism.
There you go, self-defense mechanism. So then when I got to college, I remember going to UIC and walking around campus, and I'm thinking it's gonna be the same thing, right?
So everybody's all hi.
They're like hi, and I was like, oh, I don't have to do that here. You know, like let me put my guard down. I don't have to put this big fake persona. And sometimes that's how we are in life. We put this big persona because we're trying to protect ourselves, because we don't know how to not do that. Because women, we are vulnerable. We are overall in any industry, in life. We always have to be more aware of our surroundings. Sometimes, like my ex-husband used to yell at me all the time. He'd be like, pay attention to your surroundings. You know, some of my male colleagues or friends would be like, pay attention to your surroundings, Jennifer. But sometimes I'd be like, like I'm not even like, you know, whatever. So it's like, yeah, situational awareness is a big deal, right?
It is.
And we don't realize that we need to be. Sometimes if I'm with a man, though, why would I think? Like, I'm not supposed to think.
You're supposed to protect me.
You're supposed to protect me. That's why I'm not thinking. But, you know, like, that is a real thing for us. We always got to be protecting ourselves because people will take advantage.
And because I think the reason why they take advantage and why we're able to like get in those situations is because we ultimately just want to feel safe. You know what I mean? Like, and it's hard sometimes. People don't make you feel safe. You have to make yourself feel safe.
That's something that even till this day I'm still kind of learning, right? Like, you know, I'm learning emotional regulation, something that I'd never really had to deal with before, right? Learning how to detach or how to not get emotionally attached, or learning these things of protecting yourself that maybe you didn't have to do before, right? It's like, and I'm almost near damn 40, you know, and I'm still learning these things. And it's like, oh my God, you know?
Well, it's like Linda said earlier at the expo. She said, I don't know how old she is, but she looks older than us. But she did say that she's always learning and she's still learning. And that's all you can do, really. And I feel like you're a teacher, whether you know it or acknowledge it. You're a teacher, and God put you here to teach. The teacher is always the student, because the teacher is always learning to teach, learning more things so that they can share that knowledge.
That's true. You are always, and yes, I love that example that you shared, because even as a teacher, you have to be put in these situations to teach, right? So like, I think the best way to teach, someone just told me this, I think the best way to learn is make someone teach. So like, if I need to teach a curriculum, like, okay, or if I want to master something, let me teach it. So then I have to become such a master at it that I'll be so good because I've taught it, right?
That makes so much sense.
So I love that you're sharing that, because, you know, it's teaching is a big responsibility.
It is.
It is. And but I think this conversation has been really good.
Yes, it's been so much fun. I enjoyed this a lot.
This is just one of many. Lipstick and Lattes.
Let us know if you guys like the name in the comments.
Yeah, this is a tester segment, right? So if this is, who knows, if we'll maybe change it a different name, but right now it's sticking to Lipstick and Lattes because we're two women and we're going and exploring.
And we had lipstick on before we ate.
We did. I love lipstick.
Me too.
Mila, what's your favorite color of lipstick?
I'm gonna sound like an old lady. My grandma used to always wear mauve, like that that color that's like a pink, but little purpley. I really like that color. But I'm starting to get into I like red. It's just I don't like the way it looks on me.
Oh, I love red. I love red lips.
That's you, right? You be wearing red lips?
I do red, but I also love like the browns. Like
Latina,
Latina, you know what I'm saying? Like Latina.
Bro, like I be thinking about how we used to put the lip liner and
I still do that.
I know. But before it was
it was worse. You would burn the liner to make it like really come out. I don't know.
And it was so dark.
Why did you burn it?
I don't know. But now I see it's like more blended. It looks more blended.
They put it in and then they'll put the color and then they'll like
blend it in a
little bit. So it's not really like lip liner. Ours was like hard. It was a hard line.
It was like a hard line for real, crayon.
Like crayon. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good way of saying it.
We need sponsors though for lipsticks and coffee.
She really wanted sponsors. She was like, I love lipsticks, we'll get sponsors. I was like, okay, let's try it. I'm just trying to get more in the culture. The reason why I really wanted this segment is to really visit places, go back out, go to events, not just my otherwise coffee chat show. It's a very conservative, just business conversation over coffee. This is more of just chatting away, having a good time and exploring places. That's really exploring restaurants, finding those gems,
And talking about the culture and not just like the culture, present culture, but growing up culture, how culture's changed and things that are going on in the city. Fun and serious.
Yeah, I think those are important things to talk about. So if you guys want some specific topic for us to talk about, feel free to share it in the comments. I'm gonna start doing what Nissa does. She be doing this all the time. I'd be like, sometimes I catch myself doing it. I'm like, oh, it's rubbing off on me.
Good. No, I'm just kidding.
You're influencing me just as much.
Yes, and you're influencing me in a good way. I'm trying to be a good influence too.
Good. Good. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching our first episode of
Lipstick and Lattes. Thank you, Nellies, for letting us do our show here. We really appreciate it. Even gave us VIP. So shout out to Nellies.
Bye. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you.